Hey everyone, this is Mike Andes, and you're listening to episode 232 of the Business Bootcamp podcast. So today I'm going to be talking with a local entrepreneur that does window cleaning, and they dropped by my office, and you can hear other stuff going on in the background, so forgive me, it's just at our landscape office. He dropped by. The audio isn't the best, but it's kind of cool. It's very rare that I actually record an in-person consultation meeting, and so it's gonna be cool. I think you'll enjoy it a lot. Before to get into today's show, though, big thank you to today's sponsor, which is Gusto. If you haven't already, go to gusto.com/bootcamp for their free 90-day trial they're giving just to us as Business Bootcamp podcast listeners. And one of the things I haven't talked a whole lot this past little bit about Gusto is it allows you to do the benefit side of the business. And more specifically, it allows you to do the health benefits. So it can be a really cumbersome task to do group health for a small business. You have to do a bunch of forms and paperwork, and sometimes difficult to get good quotes from the myriad of companies and get simple explanations of what each plan covers. Gusto does all that for you and presents it in a very simple way. Like, if you could really kernelize everything that Gusto is about, I'd say it's simplifying complex problems when it comes to payroll and benefits. And so it takes all what you do is you put all your employees' data in there as far as name and their age and all that good stuff, and then it can spit out at you the quotes from all these different companies as far as health benefits. So it's very, very valuable if you have a company and you are looking to give health benefits to retain your quality talent. I highly recommend you check out gusto.com/bootcamp and get a free 90-day trial. Try it out. Tell me how it goes for you. Now, let's go ahead and jump right into the show today. I'm not going to talk a whole lot here. Basically, this is an owner. His name is Eric, of a local window cleaning business in our area. And so I want to go ahead and just play this clip for you. He stopped by our office. I think he came in, and then he was talking to our office staff and just asking about how we do things and how we get our people, and people just kind of notice some of the things that we do with our company. And it's kind of funny. Like the other day, literally my office staff is telling another business owner how to do collections and things like that. And so we've kind of become a hub, I think, of people who listen to the podcast or know a little bit about me and know that I don't mind sharing information. And so we kind of become a hub for this stuff. But this is a really cool conversation. I just threw my iPhone down on the desk and pushed record. The one problem is when I pick my phone back up, you'll notice here in this clip, there's like a 20-minute section missing. It'll just blank out, and that's because that's when I picked up my phone and showed him some stuff on my phone online, and it was actually really the best part of the whole talk, I thought, as far as insight that I haven't mentioned here on the podcast before about certain things on mobile and how to use it. So, anyways, I figured you'd still get some good you'd still like this. So let's go ahead and jump into this recorded episode from about probably 3-4 weeks ago with a local entrepreneur named Eric. Here we go.
Whatever, but I've just heard from one of your podcasts. You told me about that yesterday.
Did you listen to it?
A couple different things. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of randomly all over. Yeah, but I heard, and I just the second time it's like this isn't a window cleaning business or landscaping. It's a sales.
Yeah.
And not feeling like I'm a salesman at all. Someone listen to your podcast, how do you respond to that or whatever.
Yeah, so are you looking to kind of scale up the business now?
I am. I've reached a few plateaus, and right now, last few years, it's been as comfortable as it's ever been.
Yeah.
I feel like I could continue that way, but my body doesn't want to keep doing.
Mm-hmm. So you're doing most of the work right now?
No, very little actually.
Okay, good.
But it's still too much.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I'm probably doing 4/5 of the work, the total volume, or well, I try to keep myself as a floater for the most part.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I want to get out of doing that as much as possible.
Okay.
So I kind of get to the 2 to maybe 4 man crew.
Okay.
Back and forth, but I haven't really gone beyond that, and got long-term people. And
is that kind of the thing that's the hard part, you think, for growing right now, like scaling up, is finding good people? Is that the main block or sales?
Yeah, I've had probably both. The whole people person has been fairly good. I've been pretty lucky with that. But this will be the third guy who's going out on their own. They're with me for a few years, and I kind of know that ahead of time.
Yeah.
They all have college degrees. They're way smarter than I am.
Right.
They know they can do what I'm doing.
Right.
Whatever. And, they end up, one-man operations. They're not really a threat. In the transition, their help, they keep working for me till they fill up their schedule.
Right.
So it's worked that way, too. I can keep on a little bit longer. But, yeah, I really need someone who can make it up the wage, the benefit package, get that whole thing in place. It could be somebody's career.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, like, it's interesting. There was one window cleaning guy that I talked to on the podcast before. I don't know if I recorded it or not. But he did something differently because he had the same issue. That he would work for him for a while and start their own thing.
Right.
So we talked about and he ended up doing was he actually allowed them to go out and get their own customers, do whatever they want, work under his brand name, and they just would split the sales essentially. So they didn't have to deal with the legal aspect, the hiring aspect, and nothing like that. Right. And then he would just kind of break it all with them, split all. I think I don't know what his split was. It was something like he got 30% and they kept 70%. Right. They had to do all the work, customer follow up, etc. Yeah. And they worked under his name basically.
Yeah, it's cheaper to have one business than two.
Right, and then a lot of them don't want to deal with the hiring and the sales part and all of that. Yeah. And they'd rather just work for someone.
Yeah.
The alternative though really is the hard part. Even for us, anyone can do landscaping.
Non-compete clauses.
We have non-compete in there. I'm not really too worried about it. Yeah. The thing is that's hard about cleaning is it's the same general thing with landscaping. Anyone can do it. Yeah. Right. So to get around that, you got to build the infrastructure of a business that generates sales. Right. So they're like, okay, I come to work every day and I'm gonna have work, or I'm gonna go up on my own and cross my fingers and hope I'm getting work. Right. And so creating that sense of security is really important for them. And so that's when the sales becomes really important. And then as you generate sales and you grow your organization, you have places for them to grow into beside them going into getting another job. Right. For instance, Fenton, my project manager, if there wasn't a place for him to grow into here, he could easily get another job in construction or something like that, and he wouldn't be here anymore. So now he can be a manager, grow within the company. Sure. And so having the ability to have someone that's, when you get a great person, instead of just funneling them more and more money, having a place for them to grow into is important. Yeah. Okay. And so that's why the sales part, if you can keep the sales funnel full and you're constantly busy and you're growing, people are like, oh wow, maybe there's a future here for me.
How do you go? Say you got 3 guys and then go to the 4th. Well, you're keeping this schedule full. Yeah. But then the 4th, you just part time during busy season, kind of employ them, and then see who sticks. Let go and
so we used to do quite a bit of part-timers. So I'd say last summer probably 5 or 6 people were kind of just when we needed them, part-time kind of thing during the summer. We're really moving away from that now. Yeah. Because as we've grown, we can kind of make sure that we're busy during the winter. We can move bigger projects into that time of year. Right. But I know you're seasonal as well, very much
it's real similar, yeah.
And so either what we had to do is look at other areas. We started doing tree service. We got a chipper, invested in some dump truck stuff, to facilitate work that we can do during the winter. Give people discounts in the fall. So hey, if you wait till December, January, you're gonna get 10% off. Okay. So whether it be other services that you can tack on, even pressure washing, things like that complement what you do. Yeah, gutter cleaning especially because you got the ladders and all the stuff set up, right? Yeah. Because even with us, we do gutters, but as soon as we hit a certain height, we tell them we don't want to do it. Right. Because the guys aren't trained for it necessarily. I don't want them getting hurt when they could be on an excavator doing something a whole lot more than gutters. Right. Yeah. So it's the same similar thing. We'll do them during December, January when we're slower. Right. But we're really moving away from the part-time thing because if someone's part-time, they're not here, they're not integrated very well. Right. They don't get how we operate. Every time they come, if they're only say weekends, it takes them a while to integrate. Where are we at in this job? What's going on? They're not as efficient. They're not as efficient, right? And so the challenge is the sales aspect to make sure the funnel's stacked up. Because the last thing you want to do is hire a bunch of people. Yeah. And then it's oh, we don't have any work. Right. That's you got to pay them, and right. So that's the tough part. The thing is, all of a sudden I find when people staff up even a little bit too much, the pressure of getting the sales usually gets the sales to come to them. Because you have that pressure of I gotta get work made. Right. And so whether that be for us, if we come to August when we slow down a little bit, we have a lull in the summer when it gets really hot because the mowing drops off. Right. What we'll do is we'll go back through all our old estimates and say, hey, okay, now we'll discount. So we only discount when we're slow and we're trying to get our schedule backed up. Because I like to have at least 3 weeks of I know we're scheduled for work. Okay. And we're going down to a 1, we're gonna do something. We're gonna contact people you've done estimates for, all of that sort of stuff.
Okay, so you have a constant contact or some email blast type thing.
Yeah. So you probably keep track of all of your client's name and emails and everything now. So do you know how many hundred you have, like contacts?
2,300 in my database.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I do 400 or 500 a year.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but I have records going back.
That's
when
good.
I started 20 years ago.
And you have their emails?
Not many emails.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just starting to collect that more. But yeah, so that's kind of a lot of my clients, some of them don't even have email yet, and they don't check it. I tried invoicing with email, and that's kind of a disaster. A lot of them.
Okay. All right, so you have an older clientele, probably.
Yeah, I mean it's probably very similar to
very
yours.
similar.
Yeah, but I haven't got the email thing dialed in.
So right now, do you mail their invoices? Is that what you do right now?
Yeah, I've kind of gone back to that. Yeah, there's no handwriting. It's printed. It's full in thirds. It's stuff It's really fast. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we found that maybe, what do you think, 2% of people? 3% of people don't have an email right now? Liz? Sorry. What percentage of people don't have email of us? Like 2-3%?
Yeah, not many.
Yeah.
2-3%.
How many people check it on a regular basis, like a business order, daily?
They do.
You think
so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you get the software, you'll know if they've opened stuff too.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be
good. Then if they don't, then we follow up.
We follow up.
Okay.
We'll call them, say, hey, can you check your email?
Maybe one in your junk mail or your
Right.
Yeah.
like that.
So the advantage of that is, as you grow, that's the next thing. Like when people get really heavy with sales and they're really busy, they start dropping the balls on the other stuff.
Yeah.
And then they revert back to their old way because they're like, oh, I can't do that. It's too much. So I'd encourage you to try to move towards that.
Yeah.
I know you might have tried and it might have failed, but I would say, even because we do have similar bases, 95% will have it. And if they don't check it and it goes overdue or something, we give them a call. They're gonna check it. They're gonna, we do have a few that don't have email, and we do mail out their invoices.
Yeah, I'm looking at something called House Call Pro that kind of incorporates a lot of it's on the phones. It's press a button for payment and know where my guys are at. And it's all kind of encompassing.
Yeah, that's similar to what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as sales right now, so right now you say mostly word of mouth. Besides that, do you do anything?
I haven't in years.
Okay,
I haven't done a door or anything. And it just comes in. But,
do you have a website?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Things do come through. Through there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Nice guys, done some work for us before.
But
the thing is, we don't want to take
so that needs to probably there's some things I can do with that for sure.
Yeah, because
part of it I just haven't looked for it because I've been shortage of manpower.
Okay.
That's been for the last decade. It's
a big problem.
I don't want to send out flyers because I know it'll happen. I'll get work.
Right.
It's a horrible spot to be in.
Yeah. Well, it's better than better than the alternative, right?
It is. I feel very fortunate.
Totally. I need to plug my computer in. For us, that's the place you want to be in, where you're not paying per lead, right?
Yeah.
So basically, when it comes down to advertising and getting more sales, you got to incorporate cost of acquisition to the cost on your estimate. That's the bottom line. It's not free.
Yeah.
And so it's nice when you get referrals because it's free, basically.
Right.
The thing is, you can use referrals as a way of marketing without having to pay for it. So what I mean by that is having some sort of program or having a way that you stay in contact with them to generate those referrals.
I have a lot of the people who the information, I've just never done anything with it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think even the 2,000 people you got, even their mailing addresses, to send a flyer to them, you might look at about $1,000 to send them all. Plus printing, it's $1,250 to send them all a mailer. I guarantee you, out of that, you're going to get a ton of business.
No, I used to do that. I had a quarter sheet, bright yellow quarter sheet, address on one side, dirty windows, question mark, call, whatever, no discount, no nothing, and that would consistently bring in work. And I know right now it would.
To your existing customer base.
Yeah. That's the only place I've ever really advertised. I mean, I have a little yellow page and I have a little stuff here and there, some other
right.
little stuff you try, but yeah, so it's not so much even getting customers.
It's the people part.
Yeah, it's the employees. How do I go from, my crew's full, but I want to hire another one, but I can't fill their work up, at least not right now.
Do you have one truck right now, or two?
I kind of have three myself. I'm kind of in between.
Do you send them in as crews of two, like 2 guys per, or one?
It varies all the time.
Okay.
I'm trying to separate out commercial and residential.
Okay.
So just trying it out where one guy's commercial, so he doesn't need big ladders or anything.
Yeah.
Small little car, then I have a truck. You can be 2 guys. Ideally, I have three vehicles plus mine.
Okay. Okay. So right now you have 2 or 3 employees?
2 with another guy. One guy just kind of phased out. Another guy will be coming back as soon as he gets off the mountain from snowboarding.
Oh, okay. So that's actually works out good.
It is.
That's perfect.
3 snowboarders out of 1 house working for me.
That's good. See, that's what you gotta look for, right? Like, it's like the niche that like for us, it's people coming out of the military.
Okay.
That's what I'm going after.
All right.
So
I had one of those who was great.
Yeah. And so that's for us because we are looking for a year round. Like, I wouldn't handle a snowboarder checking out for 5 months.
Yeah.
So it's but like if that works really good for your schedule,
it's challenging.
Oh, it is.
He's always like,
Leaving
can you move something because big dump of the snow coming?
Oh, right.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like
not ideal, but it's worked.
Totally. Yeah. Like if you find that like the classic is rafting. They do rafting in the summer and snowboarding in the winter, and that's the they come. There's always on sports, but anyways.
Oh yeah.
But like as far as finding good people, the really the bottom line is finding them isn't too hard. It's keeping them.
Yeah.
Right, because a good person, you have to remember, they're gonna have options. Mm. It's the people who aren't good that don't have options and will stay with you forever. Yeah. So the good people, the challenge is you got to compensate them correctly. You got to challenge them. That's usually the biggest one for small businesses. That if we're not growing enough, that they don't feel challenged. Okay. And if they're an A player, they're gonna go look for something else.
Yeah. I've had a number of them, and like I said, they go off on their own. Yep. The guy I'm doing a commercial right now, he is thankful to be getting minimum wage and having a vehicle to get to work. Right. And provide a jacket. So for that aspect, I mean, so he's not the A player. He's probably a C guy, but if he can be dependable. And so there's two.
There's 2 ways to do it. Either A, you hire experienced people that are A players, and you're going to pay top dollar. Yeah. You're going to have to really maintain them to make sure they stay challenged. Or the other option is you hire C players, but you have the systems in place to get them at least to a B player, and then they'll stay with you forever. Yeah. And so that's one way to look at it too. Is like, okay, I don't need the best people because they're probably going to go start their own business. Yeah. Right. Yeah. If they get good at what they're going to look at you as training. They're going to jump ship. Like it's not a bad thing for you. It's not a bad thing for them. It's just
what it is.
What it is, right? But if you can make it where, okay, we have systems in place for training, we have systems in place for how compensation happens, how to get them integrated, working more with the customer so they're more valuable, so I can pay them more. Yeah. If you have those systems in place, someone that is a C player can come along, and they're not a C player anymore because you've told them the steps exactly how to do things, right? Okay. So whether that be uniforms, whether it be a system for how they need to communicate with the customer, a big thing is getting a C player to communicate with the customer so you don't have to be there as you scale up. And making sure they're trained on how to be with the customer, how to communicate with them. So that way, you can have 5 people working. Right. They might not be the best, but they know how to communicate with the customer, they know how to get the job done, and then you don't have to be at every single job. Right? Because I'm guessing right now you kind of get the job started.
Usually last summer 2 trucks, 2 vehicles in Bellingham, and I don't even see them.
Oh, because they're all recurring. Is that correct?
Excellent.
The clients are
the clients.
Some are, some aren't.
Oh, okay, so a lot of one time.
I've been pretty hands off for the majority of the work.
Yeah. So right now, do you do training or with the guys?
Yeah, so I'll spend time with them at the beginning, and it is almost easier getting people who have no experience and experience. Right. So you're tempted to go with experienced guys once in a while because they can just get in there and do that, but they're not doing it my way, and then they're tainting the other guys. So it's been a trade-off too.
Right. Have you tried how much of your work is recurring versus one time? Percentage, like half?
Oh, at least, yeah. Okay. Or, majority of it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, the summer you get all the people selling their houses, so it's a one-time deal. But I keep their addresses, and if I like the house, the new client, whoever just moved in, gets a notice. Yeah. So, hey, I cleaned your house.
Yeah, because the more recurring, for us, mowing lawns is recurring. We don't make money on recurring, mowing. Money is made in the landscaping. I don't know if that's similar with you as far as, the one-time move-ins for construction or how that works, but...
You say you make more money on that?
No, we don't make any money on really recurring.
Okay.
Like mowing. It's maybe 20 to 25% of our business, but we do it so that we have consistent work for the guys.
Right.
And so there's a balance of like, okay, we got to get a certain base of lawn care so that we can keep the guys busy. We know we have them slotted, so we don't have the problem of like maybe we can't fill their schedule.
Right.
And then we go out and look for the gravy, which is the landscaping.
Okay.
And so we can cover the bills with the lawn care, and then everything beyond that is kind of is gravy. So I don't know where the money is at really in your business, but I bet if you broke it down, there's certain things that you make money on all the time, and it's like all the time great, and other times just like you're just kind of getting by, and then you just gotta balance out what you're going for too. Like so when you do, if you do start marketing stuff, go towards the stuff that's going to make you the money. For instance, us, we aren't going to make the money when we're doing like concrete walls. We might have a 10-15% profit margin.
Right.
If I go do a cleanup though, and I send a couple guys out for a cleanup, they'll be a 60% margin.
Okay.
And so I'm not going to go out and try to get these massive landscaping jobs. They might look cool for pictures,
right?
But they're not going to make the money.
Yeah.
Right. So
we're keeping the guys employed for.
Yeah, like we're just going after the things that we can train people quickly on.
Right.
That is profitable. Like it's very competitive when you start getting into, for us, like square footage, like pavers and things, because everyone can compete on price.
Sure.
But when I can start offering cleanup stuff and we have value add and its professionalism is looked at more, it's less about spec price.
Right.
Then you can really charge like we're far and above like the average price around here for most of our services.
Okay.
Our customers, I'm happy to tell them that. If they go try someone else, they'll probably come back.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about Semiahmoo, Birch Bay Village, retirees, people that have money. They'd rather pay an extra 15% to make sure it's getting done right.
Yeah.
And so that's uniformed employees, that's people that aren't going to smoke on the job, stuff like that.
Right.
And so, what's your website address?
ABRITE.
Oh, sorry. ABRITE.
WAY. .com. Sorry.
Okay. Oh yeah, Brightway. Cool. Yeah, so like we started off with basically flyers, like print ads, and then have you ever done what's called every door direct mail? Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I know there's stuff out there.
Yeah. Essentially, if you just take a bunch of mail pieces to the post office, they'll go on routes and basically pass it. You can select which route you want.
Right.
So like you can target just Semiahmoo.
Kind of like a value pack thing. In a sense.
Similar, but they're way cheaper. Okay. Value pack's incredibly expensive.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. No, value pack is incredible. We've never done them. But like you can select, ranges of like 500 homes, and then they have like the income range and the age range that each route has.
Sure.
So instead of paying 49 cents per stamp, you pay about 17 per address.
Oh, okay.
So if you ever want to do that, So this is your website. Cool.
I've just got that last year.
Oh, really?
Haven't really done anything to it. There's a lot of little changes that could probably do to it.
Is it Blaine? Is Blaine where you mostly do your services?
All Whatcom County.
Okay.
Yeah. So my guys are actually, two of them out of Bellingham. One guy is in Blaine here.
Mm-hmm.
But we go from south end of Lake Whatcom clear up to Blaine, Point Roberts.
Okay.
Occasional jobs outside of the county.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So what I'm looking for, so what I was getting at is like we started out. I did a bunch of print ads. Now everything's digital.
Okay.
We've scaled the company after the first year, basically 90% based upon Facebook ads, Google AdWords, and then just search engine optimization on your website.
Right.
So the biggest part of that has just been search engine optimization. When someone searches any sort of our terms, we want to make sure we're top.
Right.
That doesn't take a lot of money. That's the positive part, and it really is the biggest thing. So I would say, as far as from a marketing standpoint, aside from the people part, because the people part is a whole different thing as far as like making sure you can challenge them, you're training them, you can take a C player and make them a B player. That's really the objective in our sort of industry, both of us.
Right.
Either A, you take an A player and you pay them, you're constantly sending them to seminars, you are really actively engaged with them, or B, you take a C player and make them a B player, and they're going to stay with you forever. The challenge is getting the systems in place to make sure they act like a B and not a C, and they don't scare away your customers. Right. So
in my business too, because you're going inside the homes more, it's the pool is probably even narrower.
Mm-hmm. I really think that like going forward, Amazon and Home Depot and things, they're going to be going after two things: outdoors, lawn care and landscaping, and indoors cleaning. How do they figure that out? Yeah. Like whether it be robot mowers or like this whole gamut of stuff happening, right?
Yeah.
because that's the closest you get to the customer.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you get indoors, you're really like they gotta trust you a lot.
Oh yeah.
And that's the whole point about good people. You can't just hire Joe Blow.
No, and I've had some people that will probably be awesome employees, but just due to the natural prejudices and looks and people's opinions of things, I just you can't legally say that's not why I'm hiring you. But
I know how it goes, man.
Yeah, but
so what I would look at then going forward, as far as from a marketing standpoint, is this is what I would be doing. I do this probably every week, and that is search the city that you're going after, and then window cleaning.
Okay.
So there's two different ways. Like so, for instance, this is important, which I'll get to in a second. This is Google Plus.
Right.
But then this is the native web search. What's actually the actual websites. So for Blaine Window Cleaning, you're actually the #1 company. Mm-hmm. These are all like Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau, Angie's List, Porch. These are all like accumulative, right?
I hate Yelp.
Oh yeah. Oh man, do you have bad reviews on there? Or
I have one good one and one really bad one. And I haven't figured out. It looks like a lot of time to be invested to counter it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll talk about that in a second with Google Plus. But like, so yeah, like because your other one, I actually saw the Yelp one.
Yeah,
it'd be in
right here.
Right, yeah. That's the Google Plus. Yeah. So I would really look at this as you work on your search engine optimization. Okay. I think even though our market is older, they're also much more inclined to go to Google now than they ever have been before.
Right. Yeah. No, that's the way it's going. So
yeah.
It's gotta be
and so I think this is kind of how it works. Like Google is mainstream now, even for our market. I think like most of them know what Google is. They use it all the time.
Right.
Then you got Facebook, and I think that's where it's going for the older. Yeah, I think we have a lot of people on Facebook already.
Okay.
That's where it's going. I think in 5 years, Google search for them will be just as popular as Facebook is.
Wow. Okay.
The younger generation is going to Instagram and Snapchat right now, but like Facebook for older demographic is still very real. And so I think that's a 5-year plan. Kind of like that's what we still do a lot of Facebook stuff just for that reason.
Okay.
You're not going to get everyone. Like you're not going to get a lot of them. I'm not saying like the majority, but I'd say 15 to 20% of our customers are on Facebook.
Okay.
But that being said, Google is still where they're coming. And so that's why I go to Google and do this sort of thing.
The first one, yeah.
So the thing that's positive is these are easy to beat when it comes to search engine optimization. The reason they're easy to beat is because they got to, they pay a ton of technology guys to make sure they get up here.
Right.
However, they're trying to service a massive area.
Right.
You are able to target so much sharper because we're going after a small Whatcom County. So what I mean by that is when I say target, the reason you showed up on this first page is because that word right there.
Oh, okay.
And that word happens to be in a review, it looks like. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, so that happens to be in a review. Someone said the word Blaine on your website.
Okay.
That is actually you probably put their name, AW, and then put where they're from.
Right.
And then thanks to Eric, blah, blah, blah. So if I go to your website, yeah, so that's right here.
Oh, okay.
That's the first thing that shows up.
Does it have to be things that are actually visible, or if this scrolls down to 100 different ones but you can't see them, is it still seen by Google?
Yeah, so Google's going to see any text. So here, I'll show you mine and kind of show what I do. But
like in the reviews, will it see things that aren't seen necessarily on the page, but if you scroll down far enough, so it's looking at the whole site, not just what's visible.
So two things. Number one, they're going to put higher weight on the first text. So this text section right here, that's showing, that's your description that Google looks at. Number one is going to be your title. So this is pretty good. It has Bellingham in there. What I would recommend doing, I'll show you. What I would try doing is putting the other names of the places you service.
Okay.
In your title of your website. That's good for Google, and then also your description. So that's really just going to be the first few sentences of that text.
Right.
Just put another bar in there that says something along the lines of, been in business for 20 years serving Blaine, Linden, Ferndale, Bellingham.
Right.
With window cleaning, blah, 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 whatever services.
Okay.
Something like that, because you're going to start catching. So for instance, I have this whole little tagline, save time, save hassle, let Augusta maintain your landscaping. Right. But then I mention all my keywords. Whatcom County, lawn care, landscaping, tree service, material delivery. Okay. That's what I want in there, my description. On my website, that's just my first section there.
Yeah.
But back to your point, it does scan all the text in your website.
Okay.
So, if you'll notice here on our website, most people never notice it, but I have text down here.
Oh.
My footer.
All right.
All down here. It has all the city names and the zip codes.
Oh.
The reason you want to do that is this is getting really popular. So someone goes here, they go to Siri. So that's, like I said, where my phone cut out. Basically what I did is I picked up my phone and I picked up Siri and showed him really the importance of voice recognition and Siri and how that's going to be continue to evolve and how SEO plays a big part in that, making sure that Google can quickly search your site and see what your zip codes and your city names and where you service, why that's so important. So I'm sorry I missed it. It was really great 20 minutes, but then I realized that my phone wasn't recording anymore, so I clicked to record. By that time, we were already talking about employees and how to find them and how to hire and train them. And so I'm going to jump in here, and basically I'm talking about the difference between a training process and a hiring process versus just trying someone out, throwing them on the crew, and then crossing your fingers and hoping they work out. We'll just give you a shot, like throw you on the crew, see how you do. Mm-hmm. The problem with that is they see the lack of commitment you have to them, and you're just kind of trying people out, and so they aren't going to be committed to you right off the bat either. When they see that we're invested like 3 solid days, we got people around here, we're giving presentation, like we make it a little more formal than most probably would, because a lot of people in our industry, they try everyone out, and then they just have a big shed. They have a bunch of people cycling through, and it's fine, because you'll find the good people. Eventually, the problem is the people you do have that are good get discouraged because like all these people are coming through. They're playing with. They have to play with a bunch of C players all the time. Yeah. And if they're an A player, they're not going to want to hang around very long. Right. Yeah. Okay. So that's why we kind of make it a little informal. I really encourage people to have like instead of just having interviews right off the bat, like send a resume, we'll have an interview. Have something where you get together with several of them. You talk about the company, the history of
I like that.
How you started, what the vision is for the company. Right. That's what you got to sell people on. Is because like if they're looking for a future with the company, you got to sell them on where you want to be. Because that 2 and 3 people, they are looking at this as a part-time job or a step to the next one. Right. All right. But if you can sell them on the fact that what you're wanting to do in the future, or this is how big we want to be, this is what we want to be this in 5 years, they can buy into that, and that's really all you got when you're selling the dream. You got to sell them. Yeah. It really comes down to like sales and everything. And when you're trying to hire someone, yes, you want to make sure they're good and all that. And they're trying to sell you on them, but you're also selling them on what the company's all about, the culture, and things like that. Yeah. So.
Your business course, how relevant would that be to for the window cleaning?
Not very. Okay. No, it's very landscape specific. Okay. It's for landscapers. There's hundreds now that have joined around the country. So our objective is to franchise. Right. And in December. So using the platform for the podcast is what I'll be doing that for. So I have the business boot camp, which is more generic for a lot of industries. Okay. And then
maybe that's what I was talking about, the business boot camp then.
The orange one, the orange logo.
It's like $275 or I don't know.
Yeah, that's Business Boot Camp Podcast. Right. Yeah, I have another one, Landscape Business Course. Okay. And then landscapebusinesscourse.com. And that is where I sell the course from.
So would the first one be relevant?
The podcast, absolutely. Okay. The Business Boot Camp Podcast? Yeah. The last one was, if you listen to the last episode, it's different than all my other episodes. Okay. But I'll show you, this is the... Yeah, but no, the landscape course is really just... like you get pieces of stuff, but I just listen to the podcast, the other one if I was you. Okay. This one's very specific just for landscapers. Oh, right. As far as, how they should be doing their estimates and scaling it up.
Oh, just on that, scroll up for just a sec.
I'm at the top right now.
Or just, scroll down, I guess. So right there, I thought I saw some. Oh, so $100,000 a month, but it sounded like in the top I thought $100,000 a year.
Yeah, it's monthly revenue.
Okay, there's something that
per month.
Okay, there we
go. So basically the course that I made is really just how I started for the past 3 years. Because we've been here 4 years now, but the first 3 years of going from 0 to the $100,000 a month revenue marker for landscapers. It's very specific to landscapers. Okay. All right. So in that, like, we break it down like that first year they're in the field, they're doing the work. Yeah. And then the second year then you be moving the office manager position, and then you be moving the estimator position, which is sales only. Right. And by that 4th year they're more of a CEO as far as working just on hiring.
I just wonder if there's anything course. I just mentioned I'm actually flying out to North Carolina in a couple weeks for a guy who's my age, been in business the same amount of time, but you can add a good few zeros to what he's making that compared to what I am. And he systemized all this stuff. Yeah. Nowhere near as slick as what you have here. He sent me a box full of paper of manuals and some CDs in cases. I don't have a CD player. Right. But the information's there. Yeah. And he's available. But yeah, just to glean from him to get me.
Who's that, by the way?
What's that?
Who is that? I might know.
Jim DuBois, Squeegee Pro.
No, I don't know that. He probably is not in the podcasting and things like that, I would imagine. If he's doing CDs still.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know, parts because he's my age or whatever, but yeah, he has a system. He's a sales machine.
Gotcha.
And
so he'd probably do a lot of print mail. I'm assuming flyers and things like that.
Well, I mean. He does a lot of the email. A lot of the email blast type stuff too, and signs and his trucks are wrapped. You know, older vehicles, but they're wrapped with all those logos and that. And I've never put a sign on my car.
Right. Yeah.
It's like I don't want anybody to know who's blasting by 80 miles an hour.
Yeah. Right.
That kind of stuff. But anyway, it's.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good experience. Like, anytime you can learn from someone in the industry is really valuable. Yeah. And the stuff like like, I would just keep in mind, big companies, even in our industry, if they have been around for a long time, they can be on cruise control. Yeah. Which is like, they have a massive amount of work, so they're still a successful company, but they really are just living off of recurring clients. They're not in the growth stage. Yeah. Right? And like right now...
This guy's growing. He has a built-in...
Oh, he's growing and still growing. That's good. Yeah, that'd be really good for you to just glean from him.
So I'll be interested to be there 3 days and checking that out.
So. That's good. Yeah, like the hard part being a small business owner is a lot of times we think small, but we gotta like create systems and how the business runs as like a bigger company.
I've been a fan of eMyth for 20 years. I've taken little bitty pieces and it's been in my head, whatever. And then this guy came along who's kind of has that in mind and seeing what you're doing here too. So it's something I really want to do, but I think I'm finally at the place. To where I have a little bit of cushion financially to do something like that, and a little bit extra help, hopefully come on off of stuff.
Right. Yeah, so he'd probably have some really good ideas as far as hiring, because he knows where to look for people. So like for us, like we know it's ex-military is really big for us. Experienced landscapers, but it's got to be a certain type of experienced landscaper. That's the same thing. You don't want someone that has bad habits or been taught by someone else we don't want. So yeah, like I think it'd be really valuable. I think the bottom line is though, in my opinion, is everyone's moving online, and it's slower. What's nice for our market, we're not on the cutting edge. We don't have to be on the Snapchat right now. We don't need to be into Instagram. But like our demographic is the baby boomer, and they
follow where they're at,
and be a little bit ahead, right? And so I feel like online for us is like massive amounts of our work. It like comes from online. Yeah. Your website's got to be good. I don't care what the guy says. If he's making $1 billion a year, I still believe the website's got to be like you can improve it massively. Right. Because what's nice about the website with SEO, search engine optimization, is once it's done, it's really free. Okay. Right. It's not like I wouldn't go out and pay someone to do any of this stuff. Right. Like as search engine, you'll try to get a ton of people if you go. Look online. People trying to sell you a search engine backlinks, blah blah blah. Right. It's simple stuff. Okay. Like if you can get access to your website, make some blog posts, change your descriptions, change your header, like change your footer, hide it in the background, whatever. Put zip codes in. Right. Like it's not rocket science. And so the problem with the internet thing is so many small business owners don't know what to do, and so they buy into this thing, right? And so that's like, for me, I don't want people to buy this course because they don't know what's going on. They're like overwhelmed with the internet thing, how to get sales, and just buy it. I want them to listen to the podcast, get like as much as they, like get to know that you can really do all this stuff by yourself. Yeah. Right? So the only reason I made the course is more of a step-by-step, like do X, then this, right? And so for some people that works a lot better. Yeah. But I would just say that like, you can do probably way more than you think you can. Yeah. But the online place is where it's at. It just is. Like, people are moving online.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
Right?
Yeah. No, and I'm really impressed that you've done this yourself. This is, a very...
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's
a very, so, it's easy, pleasing. Yeah, a lot of good stuff going with it.
Yeah, so, but yeah, bounce things off of me if you want to send me your link if you work on it or something like that. Okay. Like you said, send the web address. I'll take a look at it. We do that a lot with the podcast and listeners and things like that.
Okay.
So, I'd say like if you can work on your search engine optimization, you don't have any. This is the nice thing about our industries. No one in landscaping and window cleaning is looking at SEO and refining their website. So it's actually pretty easy to get to the top.
Okay.
Because no one else is doing it. That's why like Yelp and Angie's List is beating everyone when we put in Bellingham lawn care. I mean Bellingham window cleaning, right? No one's into it. No one's figuring out what the search engine is looking for. Okay. Putting in that key term of Bellingham lawn care. I mean Bellingham window cleaning, right. Ferndale window cleaning, Linton lawn, like all of those things. Okay. And so no one's doing it. So the beautiful thing is, within 6 months, you could be at the top of all of those. Okay. And I genuinely believe you tripled your business just if you were at the top of all those pages.
Yeah. No, it's been more of a fear of the increased volume than anything else. Right. Is most window cleaners, get in the summer, and you probably too. It's just like
overload.
Yeah, totally overload.
Yeah. The thing is, if you can figure out the sales game. Yeah. Like I always say, sales fix all, because if you're making so much money, like it's such a big problem, right. You can go hire someone else and pay them more. Yeah. Right? So like we've been able, every year we look at how we can compensate the guys better. Right. So like this year we implement a new payment schedule for, they have 3 years where they know they're at least getting bumped up to a certain level. Okay. And the reason is because we're charging higher prices, but now the sales part, we know the funnel's there. Yeah. We know that's there, and if I can focus on that, and we have that, then you can have the money to pay the guys. Right. Right? And so if you're offering $10 versus $20 an hour, you're gonna get a whole lot better quality person at $20 an hour. Yeah. The problem is you're gonna have a whole much more people applying. That's why we do the career fair and try to weed people out. Sure. So I'm not doing interviews for 20 days. Right. But on the other hand, obviously paying more people, you're gonna get better people. Yeah. Right? So, but that just goes back to how solid is a business from a financial standpoint and sales. So I really think sales fixes all. Everyone always says, like, I'm afraid I'm gonna get too many sales. I'm like, no, there's never a problem with too many sales. Right. You can always fix that.
You can say no.
Yeah, you can always, you can always offer someone to pay, if you really were bad, you could pay someone $25 an hour. Yeah. And all of a sudden you get a good person that can do that. Right. The problem is that's not sustainable. You got to be able to figure out how you can pay someone $15 an hour and then make some margin on that, right? Yeah. And that's when the systems come into play.
What's your typical billing rate for?
Yeah, so we're anywhere between $60 and $100 an hour. Okay. And that's ranging ever from mowing and weeding.
You got a lot more expenses than I do.
Yeah. Right. We have equipment. So believe it or not, I had Augusta Cleaning Services back in the day. Back in the day.
You guys cleaned, started on some windows that I finished.
Oh, that was a horrible job.
That was horrible on a lot of...
Oh, man, I'm so glad I got rid of that job. Down here on the...
They sprayed something all over that glass, and wow.
What'd you get off? How did you take it off?
I think just wool, steel wool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe some blades, and a lot of scrubbing.
We were going to town on scrubbing.
Yeah.
And I was like, get me out of this. So we did one house, and I don't think we did a very good job.
Yeah. No,
we'll see ya. So we had it for a while.
And then the crazy roof access where you got this much on a shake roof and you got 3 stories below you.
It was shady.
I've never tied it off. I don't even know how.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. But no, I was doing it for a while.
Yeah. Oh, I thought someone was calling me.
Oh no, it's just recording. We were doing it for a while, but it's like you said, I can't charge. Yeah. Like, the thing is, we got equipment here, right? Yeah. Massive amounts of, like, we have hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment that you got to buy. Whereas with cleaning, it's like simple supplies. Yeah. It's all labor cost. Yeah. So what your objective is like, how do you drive the labor price up? So like, how do you charge $35 instead of $30? Because that $5 is pure profit.
Yeah. No, I'm actually doing. Yeah, I'm 50.
That's good.
The slow guys are 45.
And you're window cleaning. That's right.
Yeah.
You're not cleaning only. Right?
Yeah, no, from 45 to 60 to 70 to 100 sometimes.
Yeah. It's a risk. There's risk part in there.
Yeah, but I got a huge buffer.
Right.
Which is nice as far as profit margin. If some guy slows or something happens, that's nice. Make money on every job.
Right.
But maybe it's
for us, we got a bunch of equipment moving down the road. So if it's not doing work, it's burning $90 an hour. Yeah. Right. So. If they're working, they're making $300 with a crew, but if they're sitting there, it's car charging. Whereas cleaning, that's the nice part. Yeah. But I got out of it because it was just the numbers weren't there for and there's so many franchises too for cleaning. Yeah. But Windows, I forgot kind of there. Windows is different than just regular cleaning. Anyone can do Windows. I mean, anyone can do like residential cleaning, but window cleaning is a different ballgame. That's why it's nice. You can charge a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. No, there's
because we were pushing $30 an hour, and it's like, oh my word, this is not.
Because you have someone trained you. Yeah, they're doing
for just like vacuuming,
60 pretty easy. And I'm still paying them the same.
That's good. That's good.
So, yeah, it's been a good ride. So.
And you can always try getting creative with it. Like if you drive enough sales, and you're like, man, this is just not working out. Go and try to find someone that's willing to be a subcontractor or work as an employee, but get a cut of money instead of dollar amount. Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. You've been listening to the Business Bootcamp podcast. I'm Mike Andes. Until next time, be great because nothing else pays.